going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Well, boys, it's been a long time since we've been back on the set together here at X Sports Live, brought to you by CMB Linen. Guys, we have a lot to talk about. It's been a long time since we've been back on the set. No hating the days down in Gulf Shores, so, man, long time no see. What have you guys been into?
Well, I got to enjoy Murfreesboro last week. First time been in the glass house since me and you called Summertown.
Right.
Men there, but other than that, I got to play a little golf. I enjoyed it. And, of course, tomorrow's my day off. And what's the weather forecast look like tomorrow?
It's going to snow.
Rain and snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's been
anytime you want to chime in.
give me chime in. Is that the point for me to chime in?
We record our podcast. We're going to have to get a little quicker.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad. But it's been good. You know, Mason started baseball, so you know we've been having to practice and all that good stuff, and just working. Yeah. I come over and called one baseball game with you last week, so.
Yeah, the first one they won, so I think you're the good luck charm. They haven't lost since.
They haven't lost since. That's right. So it's good to get back in the booth and get back at it a baseball season.
Yeah, I told Timmy, I said, if you'll give me spring break off, I'll be calling baseball after. So I'm going to have to be calling baseball to help our buddy Timmy out so he can enjoy Kane's senior year. But I'm looking to get back into it. It's been a while since I've called some baseball and softball, so I'm looking forward to it.
It may be for me. I mean, I know it's so much slow pace, so I guess it gives me an AJ time to talk, you know, when we're there. But I feel like calling a baseball game just as good as any of them.
Yeah, it's fun. I've been busy on that front as well. I called the North Alabama and Central Arkansas series in Birmingham this past week. Got to work the UAB crew. Had a young man. It was his first ever time directing because they had a UAB softball series against FAU next door to us. So we had that going on. So he did a great job. I worked with the color analyst for an SEC network, mainly does Alabama games. So that was me and him had a good time and good chemistry there. My view from the press box, as you guys saw from that picture, was awful. But
big old.
I just have to look at monitors.
Yeah,
he had a good monitor.
We did, even though on Friday from the fourth through the sixth inning, it went out on us. So
you're looking like
there was a lot of this and a lot of like, hey, down front, can you put your head down? I can't see home plate.
Yeah,
that sort of thing. But and on top of that, called 4 softball games in North Alabama the weekend prior. So I got to see Haley Jones from Summertown, who's now got 200 career hits at the college level.
Wow.
Tear it up. And she homered in one of the games. Briley Dover homered in another game. And 2 local girls just wearing it out at the D1 level. And they got off to a great start in conference play in the A-Sun, beat Lipscomb, and set a program record for runs in a Division I conference game this past weekend at Lipscomb, beating the Bison there 13-0, I think it was, in one of those games. So they're absolutely tearing it up. Outside of that, another one of my teams is looking for a coach again.
Who?
West Virginia. Their men's coach left to
gotcha.
go to Indiana. For the third time in 3 years, hey, at least this one didn't get drunk in Pittsburgh coming back from a Taylor Swift concert. So we got that going on for us. But let's get into basketball. Start with the girls' tournament. We'll start off with Summertown Clint, and got there in a spot, frankly, not many people thought they would get to. They got there, and for the first 2 quarters, I thought, they've got this team right where they want them. They might have a chance to advance in the Friday.
Listen, I hope I did it justice at the end of calling that game. The respect and how proud I was and the whole community is of that squad. Because nobody, probably themselves, never thought. The last 4 games I called leading up to that, I thought were the last ones. Other than the region championship against Loretta, because everybody moves on from that one. But I thought, there's no way.
Right.
And they just keep winning and kept winning. And then, listen, I don't know how they would have fared against any team in the state tournament. But the worst draw they could have got was a team like Pittman, who plays the way they did. Yeah. They were rotating. They were subbing 2 every minute.
Right.
And they were pressing and in your face. And like you said, down 2 at half on a last-second shot at the buzzer at halftime to be down 2. and then they just wore them out.
Yeah.
I mean, you could
Turnovers.
just see it, turnovers.
Yeah.
Just Ella Busby, who I don't think ever gets tired, she got tired.
Yeah.
And they just got worn down. But again, if you are a Summertown community, even if you're not, and you see one of those players and Coach Jeremy Jean, you need to go pat them on the back and tell them they did a hell of a job this year, because they did.
Absolutely.
Abs-
And that one girl from Gatlinburg. Honestly, if she doesn't go off, I think Summertown wins that game.
Wes Long said, she could start for my team. He said, she's been our second best player right behind Kurt.
Yeah.
Which is probably not true.
Yeah.
That's how good the kid was.
Yeah, she was outstanding. She
Yes.
couldn't miss. So now moving on, Loretto made it to the semifinals again. That first game, man, that they take on this McMinn Central team who came on 37-1, and a lot of people are like, "Whew, this team is good." And all of a sudden, Allie Weathers starts taking the game over. Libby Sanders starts hitting big shots. Sophie Weathers is hitting some of those elbow jumpers, and it's like, oh.
Total team effort.
Total team effort, even though they got doubled up on offensive rebounds, 15-7, and they shot below 50% from the free throw line, still won by 11. Then, unfortunately, just ran into a juggernaut.
The state champions.
Of a
Yeah.
state champion in Westview, who, if you watched them the game before, then you went, okay, that makes sense. That
Yep.
team is really good.
That's how dumb I felt. That Westview and maybe East Robertson, was it? Played right before Summertown's game.
Yeah,
right after Loretta's first game against McMinn.
There was a game in between. Yeah.
And I said, Loretta can do this. Loretta's got a
we were
big
talking
size
about
advantage
it, yeah.
over Westview. I didn't realize how fast Westview, and I don't know why I wouldn't think it, because they've won, 4 state championships
Yeah.
out of the last 6 years.
Yeah.
But it seemed like every kid they had was in range when they came on the floor. And Loretta could not hit shots.
Right.
They had some bad turnovers. But to all those seniors, especially Allie, I messaged David, and we're rivals, Summertown and Loretta. But I said, things that Allie's done will never be done again. And that kid is a complete, wherever she goes and ends up playing, I'm going to be rooting for her and cheering for her.
Yeah, I mean, there ain't how much more you can say about that. Just another great career coming out of Loretta for the Weathers family. But what that team done, especially, they played a tough schedule. They was down in Alabama a lot, and we talked about that. So props to Coach Rutledge.
Well, and that was going to be my other one. Ashley's really building up. A mediocre year for her is just getting to the state tournament nowadays.
Yeah.
And to what Dusty said, that gauntlet of a schedule they packed, I feel like McMinn probably looked at that like some dumb teams actually will do sometimes and say, well, they've lost 12 games or whatever.
Yeah.
And say, well, they can't be that good. And then Loretta showed them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we did get a great quote from the McMinn coach. Oh, my gosh. And then he quit.
And then he quit. Because I was there all day because I went there for Richland. Shout out to them making it to the state semifinals.
And Wayne County boys
Wayne County
playing.
boys are playing. They won the day. Santa Fe's boys won the day as well.
No, they lost.
They
Santa Fe.
lost.
Yeah,
Oh,
Santa
okay,
Fe
I'm sorry.
lost. Yeah.
I thought it was the other way
They got
because they were
smoked.
They were talking about that game, so I assumed that they won. But Wayne County's boys, I did watch that game. Moved on, but the talk on Media Row right after that, I went to get some food for dinner because
After Loretta's first game against McMinn.
First game against McMinn, I come back and oh my gosh, everyone was like, "Did you hear the McMinn coach? Oh my gosh, epic 3 minutes. He said they should shut down the game and that's the best that they have." Like everybody
He went off.
was talking about it. Have you seen this?
And then he retired.
Will sent it to us in our group chat. Go back and watch it. It's pretty epic.
He said, I've been doing this for over 50 years.
Yeah.
If that's the best they've got in here, they need to just shut it down. Just don't even play the state tournament anymore.
And he's the
And the next day he retired.
He's
I guess he knew he was going out.
He's the all-time leader in coaching wins for girls basketball in the state of Tennessee history.
Oh,
And
really?
He's like third all. He's won like 1,100.
I figured Lamar Rogers had that by a landslide.
There's like 2 boys ahead of him, and then there's him at girls, I believe, because it said on their bio all-time winningest coach.
Huh.
So, I could be wrong, but I got that from the TSSAA website.
I got you.
So,
Well, maybe Lamar Rogers just the most
Was he a girls' coach?
champion. Yeah, he Clark Range. They've won like 11 state championships.
Okay. Yeah, it might have been most champion. Yeah, I'd have to go back, but it said it on their bio. I'm not throwing anyone under the bus there. But
Yeah, we won't get statistical here.
but moving ahead, the boys, the Loretto boys won the day. Tough challenge from Liberty Creek, and Grayson Burleson had a heck of a performance. Jackson Robertson is really coming on strong. Offensive rebounds, playing great defense. Callum Wilkerson, great defense. And Grayson's early scoring, kind of the difference there. And they shut down. The other team shot 1 of 14 from three, shot 34% from the field. Good defensive performance today. And, you hope Mason Tidwell heals up and he's all good to go. He played a lot today and looked good for the most part. And you hope that they move on and got a really tough test, whoever they got to face in that semifinal. I watched a little bit.
Tipton and
It was
Memphis Business.
While y'all talk about it, I can look up.
Well, listen, it's what you said. I heard Mason kind of aggravated that ankle again today, and that's big. He's got the rest of today and tomorrow to try to heal up. But look, I know Grayson was a Mr. Basketball. I know Kason Bowie's huge, and listen, every kid on that team is a great player and is a big cause. But to me, Mason's the X factor on that squad.
I agree.
Whether he may have a silent night offensively, but he may stop the other team's best player, or he may be the best. He may be the leading scorer and stop the other team's best player.
Right.
And I feel like you got to get him back healthy, or you're really going to have a tough road Friday.
And you really couldn't tell that he was hurt, in all honesty, watching him play. I mean, he wasn't maybe as aggressive as he normally would be, but for the most part, if you were just a casual observer, just there to watch basketball all day, you couldn't tell that he was hurt.
Right.
Other, that, in my opinion,
Right.
I was sitting there courtside and I've watched Mason play all season.
And just in case there are any coach tips, I was not saying anything bad about the rest of the team,
right. Yeah.
because it takes every one of them.
Everybody.
Every one of them. What Coach Tips done this year is everybody knows their role.
And just.
But if I've got to be without, if I had to pick one player that I say, all right, you got to take one off your team, it's not going to be Mason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they are like poetry, like when that offense gets going and they make certain plays, and they made some really good adjustments today. At one point, I thought the pace of the game was going in Liberty Creek's favor. Coach Tips calls a timeout, slows it down, adjusts the defense right there in that huddle in that 30-second timeout, and everything after that was different. So that was really good in-game adjustments to watch that go down. And
Is it Memphis Business and Tipton?
It's Tyner.
Tyner.
So Tyner won 56-49. So that's who Loretto will face on Friday at 12:45.
Well, you get to the Final Four, it's really not going to matter. You're going to play a good team.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best of the best.
And Liberty Creek was no slouch. So
Right.
That was a pretty good team that they beat today. But moving on down to the Diamonds, we've gotten some teams down at the beach right now, and Lawrence County, after a tough start to the year, Dusty, now pulled off some wins, and some of these young guys in there with Alex Bedford in the bunch are really starting to rake out there on the field.
They are, and I've been trying to keep up with best I can. I know they've been playing during the day a lot, but that pitching staff, my goodness. Well, Logan Mays, I know that. Did he end up finishing perfect?
They ended up winning third. He might have been perfect. I know they gave up a few runs,
Right.
but they might have pulled him after the sixth. I'm not sure.
But it looks like the pitching staff is really starting to settle in.
Yeah.
And I know that's kind of been up and down for them at the start of the season. And I think I seen today Coach Wright had put they've outscored their opponents 44-8.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're finally starting to settle in, I think.
Yeah. Absolutely, and the Lady Cats and Summertown actually played each other today. Summertown coming out on top, but both of those teams, Summertown off to a great start, so are the Lady Cats as well, and two teams that are, expectations are at a certain point. I think both teams are really exceeding those here in the early going.
Yeah, it was weird. I didn't realize that Summertown. Now they were supposed to play regular season this year. Summertown
Week 1, and they got ran
yeah.
out. Yeah.
But this is the first time they played since 2015, and had to go all the way to Gulf Shores
to get.
And of course, Summertown came out on top on that one. And I think I just sent Coach Woods a text. I think Summertown's only lost one game so far early, and that was in a preseason or a kickoff season tournament or something. But things rolling right along. I can't really speak on Lawrence County. Haven't watched or followed them, but I do want to give a shout out to Georgia Land, former UNA stud and Lawrence County stud, owner of of Happy G's up here, but she's been helping doing some broadcasts.
she's
been
doing
doing
a great job,
some calls on that. So, Georgia, you've done a great job, and I've got to hear a little bit of it.
Yeah, they've done a great job there. And shout out to Summertown Softball and Baseball, first-year head coaches, and they're doing a great job. We talked about the softball side, but the baseball side, guys, they're finding a way to score runs. They're getting good pitching and losing what they've lost in the offseason. I think this group has come out pretty strong in the early going.
Well, not if you talk to Timmy.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
But no, he's. I think he's pretty tickled with the way they're in Jackson playing right now. Had a big win yesterday, but Kane Kinnick's really seeing the ball, hitting it well. Cason Blackwood, he's been a little banged up, but he's back playing well. Pitching's, I think they would like a little bit more of a spark on pitching, but with the players they lost and then some injuries they've had, Jackson Bennett having a torn ACL and stuff, I think they're playing just as good as you would hope to play this early in the season.
Right. No, I hadn't really watched a whole lot, just been clips here and there, but baseball's looking good in Lawrence County.
Absolutely, and whenever Loretto gets those kids back, I think things will go in the right direction for that crew. And
let me give a shout out to our good friend Will Pettis. He was actually on the microphone with Timmy yesterday in Jackson, and if y'all know, he will not give Jakey Poo any kind of credit,
none whatsoever.
Doesn't matter what, he just said, well, he'll just run him down. Yeah. But Jake has been killing the ball. Jake's been batting in the 4-hole.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's cleaning.
Okay.
And making some great plays defensively. I don't know how many times he's crashed into a wall, but he's done that a lot.
Well, yesterday, Will had – you would have thought it was Bob Euchre. Will, you can go back and listen to it. It's really funny. Kane Kinnick's in the 3 spot, and they got a runner on second. Kane bunts the runner over.
Yeah.
And here comes Jake up to bat, and he said – Will said, well, there's one thing I've been waiting all season to hear that I knew was going to happen. Kane Kinnick bunting to load up for Jake Pettis to come up to bat.
Who would have thought it?
Who had that on their bingo card?
Not me. I certainly didn't have it on the bingo card. Well, guys, coming up next, have we talked the heel turn yet?
We haven't had it. We haven't had. Hey, me and Dusty talked it on our podcast, but no, we have not had an export since then.
So I think we need to talk about that. We'll take a short break here. We'll do that. Then we'll do our rants, and that's coming up next here on Next Sports Live, brought to you by CMB Lenny.
I want the real rock.
Arctic Air keeps your home or business comfortable. For more than 20 years, we've provided outstanding residential and commercial services through southern Middle Tennessee. Whether you need assistance with your heat, air conditioning, preventive maintenance, or anything in between, trust our reliable team to get the job done. We'll take the time to figure out your specific needs and recommend what we believe is right and best for your situation.
We've been using Arctic Air for over 15 years now. Their service is great, they're here when we need them, and their prices are competitive. They take the worry out of the heat and air so I don't have to.
Arctic Air. When you need us, we'll be there.
Financial advisor Scott Beasley knows time spent with family is everything. As a founder of Beasley Wealth Management, his mission is to give clients the freedom to enjoy time with family without the burden of financial concerns. A local of Lawrenceburg, Scott deeply values building relationships with clients, ensuring they make informed decisions concerning asset management, tax planning, and retirement planning. Offering a free initial consultation, Beasley Wealth Management helps clients pursue their aspirations with confidence. A local law firm respected throughout the state. Generations of clients have turned to Boston, Holt, and Durham since 1948. We assist individuals and businesses with their legal needs, including real estate, property closings, personal injury, employment discrimination, and family law. Our clients get the personal attention and convenience of a hometown law firm with the resources and ability to handle any case. Come see us at Boston, Holt, and Durham.
Since opening our doors in 1904, Builtwell Bank has existed to be the local economic engine for the communities we serve. No matter if you're buying a car, saving for retirement, or finally buying that forever home, Builtwell Bank is here to help. From personal checking and savings accounts to a full suite of business and commercial banking with treasury management services, we'll make sure you'll have a dedicated Builtwell banker that understands your unique needs and stands by you every step of the way. No matter where you are in Tennessee or Northwest Georgia, there's likely a Builtwell Bank location nearby. Come see us and let our dedicated financial team help you with all of your banking needs. Member FDIC.
Welcome to this week's Florida Mid-South Realty Athlete of the Week. Each week we highlight an outstanding local athlete making a difference on and off the field.
This week we are excited to recognize Libby Sanders from Loretta Mustangs. Libby has demonstrated exceptional skill, dedication, and sportsmanship in basketball, making her a true leader on the court. Libby's hard work and determination continue to shine, inspiring both her teammates and the community. Want a chance to win a $1,000 Amazon gift card? It's easy. If you've been featured as a Florida Mid-South Realty Athlete of the Week, take a selfie with your award and send it to us using the instructions on your letter. You could be the next big winner. Snap, send, and win. And don't forget to tune into Florida Mid-South Realty Rockstars. Catch us every Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. for the latest real estate news, local highlights, and exclusive interviews. Rockin' real estate and all things local. Scan the QR code to watch. Congratulations again, Libby Sanders, our Florida Mid-South Realty Athlete of the Week. Keep pushing forward. We can't wait to see what you accomplish next. Until next time, keep shining on and off the court. Florida Mid-South Realty, a proud sponsor right here on the X Sports Network. At Florida Mid-South Realty, we pride ourselves on our family values, professional service, and a deep local knowledge. With a small town feel and a personal touch, we're here to help you navigate the real estate process with ease. Whether buying, selling, or renting, you can trust us to guide you every step of the way. And don't forget to catch Florida Rockstars, our live podcast every Tuesday morning at 8. Florida Rockstars, rocking the real estate news and all things local. Florida Mid-South Realty, your hometown real estate experts.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Hey, you remember that time we was... Here we go. It's been a while.
It's been a while. You haven't messed with this mic one time.
I did get an update. Coach Wes Woods texted me back. They did lose in the championship game down in Gulf Shores to Daphne. And Daphne's pitcher, Vic Martin, is committed to Alabama. She was the Gatorade Player of the Year last year.
Well, I bet she's not real good.
Didn't lose to a scrub.
Yeah, you should.
Only lost 5-2.
So let's get into a little bit of wrestling here, guys. We have not been live on X Sports Live here, brought to you by C&B Linen, since the heel turn. Since the heel turn, we were all watching it together. Shout out to Hayden for not giving it away because his Gen Z self just had to watch it in the back seat.
He looked like he was about to explode. Trying to keep that in.
You know he was
in the back seat while we were coming back from Upperman.
Yes.
He just had to watch it, and he was just like, "Ooh!"
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what was sucked about it being in a vehicle with him. Is we were getting the man.
Yeah. So
they've got a ways to go with it, folks. If you just now don't know what we're talking about, John Cena, for the first time in his illustrious wrestling career, has turned heel, which is a bad guy. And I was 100% okay with it. I think they're going to build up a story where he's got to go back to baby when it's over with and do the favors and go out the right way. Clearly,
sure.
But I'm okay with it. But he was actually on Raw Monday. Gave a great heel promo. Just totally. I mean, how bad do you feel for that kid?
Yeah.
That was decked out dressed just like him.
Yeah.
I mean, I about started crying for that kid.
Yeah.
You know? But I would like to. I told Dusty at dinner I would like to have seen a little more back and forth
Right.
between Cody and Cena. But
We'll get there.
when Cena did that mic drop,
Yeah.
Cody. When Cody did that mic drop, Cena stared the death glare through
Well,
it.
he
So,
did. Yeah, he did.
We'll see. He's supposed to be on next Monday.
Yeah.
And I said I was hoping for a different look.
I was too. I was one of those.
It really would have been really good because if he's really going to be affiliated with The Rock,
Yeah.
if he would have come out maybe in a suit, some slacks, or something different than.
Oh, how great would it have been if he'd have walked out with a "Just Bring It" shirt?
Yeah.
Shirt on.
Or rocking like the leather pants and just that one vest, no shirt
suede
on.
suede
Yeah,
vest or something.
Yeah.
But I did like how he clarified in his.
Yeah.
I'm not changing my look. This is my look. I'm not changing my music for you.
He's got a lot of merch to sell.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
That's
fair
true.
road tour. He's
Yeah.
got a lot of merch to sell.
Whoa, whoa, we can't hurt. We can't hurt.
Last time is
line
now
here.
Brussels.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's definitely going in the right direction. I think they're going to knock it out of the park at WrestleMania.
Listen, we're a month away. I'm going to make the first WrestleMania prediction. Stone Cold's going to come back.
I
But you know what? He's going to be with The Rock and Cena. It's going to be the big twist. He's going to be with The Rock and Cena.
He said in interviews that he's going to go support Cody if he needs it. So
He's going to be the.
Because 3, 2.
You just wait, because Stone Cold and The Rock are boys.
Yeah.
You just wait.
So you think Cody's going to catch a stunner and Cena's going to pin him?
I'm predicting something like that's going to happen.
Wow.
Vegas will explode if he does that.
Well, and here's the thing. They tried to turn Stone Cold heel once. It didn't work.
Yeah, because he aligned with Vince.
So the way to get Cena back into the babyface lights, line him with Stone Cold.
Yeah.
We're trying to make you hate him, but you're not going to.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's my bold WrestleMania prediction. We're a month away.
I know. Okay. And some of these matches are starting to shape up. I mean, it's pretty clear at this point. Roman, Punk, Seth. That's going to be a 3-way.
That's going to be a triple threat match.
One of the women's matches, Rhea, Io, and Bianca.
To me, that one's getting dumber and dumber
It is
every
getting
segment.
dumber and dumber. Jimmy Uso and LA Knight's looking like a match at WrestleMania right
I think
now.
they're setting that up.
Me and Dusty and I were also talking. I'm ready for them to give LA Knight that bump and see what he can do with it.
Like give him the Intercontinental or let him go for whatever.
But I have no
Gunther.
doubt they're about to start pushing Braun Breaker because I told Dusty he's the new Goldberg.
Right.
Except he knows how to wrestle.
And he's explosive.
Yes.
I mean, dude is
I
just so
think he's
athletic.
the next Goldberg, and I think he's the next big push you're going to start seeing.
Or could he be the one that whoever gets it? Because I'm hearing Drew McIntyre is supposed to be in the feud with whoever the world champion is after this. Well, Braun Breaker might be the next guy in line for that. Or he might go for Gunther, or he might go after Jay if Jay wins it at WrestleMania.
Jay has to win it, though, right?
He has to.
You don't let him win the Royal Rumble, and Gunther's jumping him every week.
If they don't take the belt off Gunther right here, Jay Uso's pissed off Triple H to no end, and he'll never get that push.
Right.
Or I'll never watch another match with Gunther, and I'll just turn wrestling off.
Or at least when Gunther's in, you'll.
Well, but here's the deal: Gunther is a classic heel now.
Oh, he's tremendous heel. That's what I mean. Look, I'm saying I can't stand him.
And I think you let him give the belt up, even if it's not clean.
Right.
You let him give that belt up, and then you start pushing him for the for the main belt,
the Universal title,
and that run.
That's, okay.
Even if it's somebody to defend it off against,
Right.
I think you push him up because he could be a great 6-7 month storyline heel.
Oh yeah, especially as a champion. Yep.
Right. Well, guys, it's time to get into our final segment. It's rants. Clint, you got one?
I got one quick rant. Clearly, money. We talked about this in NIL and transfer portal stuff, but clearly, name recognition and money will get you into the 64 team playoff because North Carolina should not, without a doubt, be in the tournament. And let's see. Last week, last week was my 11th month clean and sober, and I really want to thank you two guys for it, for what you do for me and just in friendship, in sports that I love to do. That's really been a saving grace, and I love you guys for it.
Well, buddy, anytime.
When we're watching WrestleMania at my house, it'll be a year.
That's awesome.
Yep.
How about that?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So nobody bringing beer or anything?
Yeah.
Root beer okay?
Root beer okay.
Can we have a root beer keg?
Yeah.
Root beer keg?
Yeah.
I've just got a little small rant. I've got one I'm going to save for the end of the school year because there's some things I got to get off my chest. And it's going to be positive, but I think there's a certain reset that, some fans need to have at the end of the year. And I
Right.
think it would be good for us going into year number 5 of the X Sports Network. But my rant, it's about my favorite comedian. It's about Bill Burr. And it's not against Bill Burr. Everyone, all of a sudden, a couple years ago, guys, every Republican loved Bill Burr because he was going after billionaires and he was making fun of politicians. Now all of them hate him because he's going after billionaires and making fun of politicians. Everything he has done ever since he did his first stand-up special. Bill Burr hasn't changed one bit. You liked him when he made fun of Biden. You liked him when he made fun of leftist billionaires. But now he's going after Elon Musk. And by the way, I love how he's not doubled down, he's tripled down on it.
Oh, yeah.
And his jokes are just getting better and better. So Bill Burr hasn't changed. Y'all have changed. And I remember he's funny. He's always been funny. Now he's just making fun of the things that you like.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, he's been making fun of since day number one. He's been on set.
He's making fun of our guy now.
Yeah.
I don't like him now.
Yeah, exactly. It's just everything wrong with politics and everything wrong with the world. Bill Burr hadn't changed. It's y'all that have changed. And until you see that, which you probably never will, there you go. So, Dusty, I know you got a big one, so it's your turn.
Yeah, I do. And this is something me and you've talked about it actually the night it happened.
Yeah.
And I know me and you've had a little bit of a conversation about it. And I don't really know how this is going to come out. I'm just going to be honest with you. You might want to go over and sit by the button for all I know.
You sound like Morse code in a minute.
I have to take it off YouTube and re-put it back on.
But this past weekend, we had some weather coming in, and I want to give a shout out. I want to give props to Tennessee Valley Weather, Ben and his crew, what they do. Yeah. Not just for Lawrence County, and this is where some of my rants going. Yeah. It's not just for Lawrence County, guys. It's for people in northern Alabama, Mississippi, wherever that can hear them talk about the weather.
A lot of the place where it was getting hit real bad.
Yeah.
They were able to communicate with these people.
Help people.
Yes. So, with that being said, it's a crying shame that we have people right here in Lawrence County, Tennessee, North Alabama, Mississippi, don't matter, that are pissed off and complaining because our crappy weather team
got it wrong. Yeah, they wanted a tornado, dadgummit.
I don't even know what words to say to describe how stupid that is.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You know, you need to be thankful that it didn't hit here.
Right, 100%.
And then it's no disrespect, and be thankful that we're not like it was 50 miles south of here.
Right.
Well, and if anybody uses any common sense, which a lot of people don't, the weatherman is the one job 50% of the time you hope get it wrong.
Yeah.
You know?
100%, yes.
You know, right. I mean, it really is.
Yeah. And I'm going to say his name live. It's Big Fred sitting back here behind us in the room checking on the weather for tonight, or there's stuff coming in. I had a conversation with him Monday night sitting right here. I know we didn't get to do our stuff, but I was here eating dinner with Fred. And he said a good meteorologist tries to get it within 25 to 50 miles.
They got it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got how far south was we?
Yeah.
About 50 miles. Yeah.
So I think people should, and you can trash me all you want to, I don't care. But I think people should get back on social media and thank Tennessee Valley Weather for what they do.
And a lot of people have.
100%.
He's basically calling out you dummies that were making fun and basically picking on our local weather team.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, I stopped in here Friday just to kind of see what was going on before Saturday. And Fred's like, I'm gonna stay up. There's a couch in here. I mean, this guy's not even home. He's sitting up here in this building, watching the weather to make sure y'all are safe.
And listen, on what Dusty's saying, I know that the world we live in, there are a ton of conspiracy theorists out there. If anybody was thinking that they were doing this for ratings or they were doing this to scare folks, I brought donuts up here Saturday morning, and let me tell you something, it was all hands on deck, and every person in this place was scared to death about this county and what could happen.
Absolutely.
Okay, so just be tickled to death. It stayed south. That's all that happened. They got it right. They just got where. Luckily, it was just a little south.
Yes.
Right. So that's my thing, guys. There's no reason to say anything bad.
Right. Listen, you don't think Wayne County, you don't think Murray County, you don't think every county around us would love to have Tennessee Valley weather in their backyard?
Right in their backyard? Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm with you. I mean, I've been around meteorologists my whole media career of my time in TV news, and that's a tough job because everyone goes, well, the easiest job in the world is to be a meteorologist. All you got to do is be right just 30% of the time. I'm like, they're trying to judge. But for those who don't know, those models change every 4 hours. So what could be heading right towards us at 4 o'clock can change by the time the models reset at 8 o'clock. Or it could get here at 5 o'clock in the morning, then the next model says it's going to get here at 4:15. You don't know. You're trying to judge and trying to understand what is happening thousands of feet in the air, which could be hundreds of miles away from you at that point in time. It's unpredictable.
My granddaddy, who was a dairy farmer all his life, said the 2 hardest jobs you'll ever have is either a weatherman or a dairy farmer, because you got to try to predict the weather.
Right.
And it's unpredictable.
It's unpredictable.
It is.
I mean, the pop-up storms happen.
Good rant. You didn't go. I mean, I was really expecting to be some beep beep beep.
I try.
Good job.
He does a great job. He had one moment a couple years ago.
Yeah.
One moment.
One moment. That's all I've had.
That's all he's had alive.
That was the most epic.
He almost had a moment at the Mexican restaurant earlier tonight.
I can't wait to hear about this. Before we get into that, so we'll wrap things up tonight. Hayden will be joining us next week. It's good to see everyone again, and don't forget to check out these guys' podcast. We'll be dropping sometime in the morning. So
it's not affiliated with Exports.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's just not affiliated with Exports at all.
These two just having a good time, and I get to laugh in the background. So for Dusty Kaiser, Clint Brazier, I'm AJ Good. We'll see you guys next week.
I need a water. You need a water.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.